In the shadow of ancient ziggurats, where the Tigris and Euphrates met in the cradle of civilization, a king laid down the law, not in whispers, but in stone. His name was Hammurabi, and nearly 4,000 years ago, he gave the world one of its first written legal codes, a blueprint for justice that would echo across empires and ages. Hammurabi ruled Babylon from 1792 to 1750 BCE. Under his leadership, the city became powerful, its temples towering, its markets bustling, its influence spreading across Mesopotamia. But Hammurabi knew that to govern more than land, he needed to govern people. So he carved his laws into a single monument, a tall black stone called a stela. At its top, the king is shown receiving authority from Shamash, the Babylonian god of justice. Below, nearly 300 laws unfold in cuneiform script, chiseled into eternity. They covered everything: trade, theft, marriage, agriculture, slavery, debt, and punishment. If a man destroys the eye of another, one law declares, his eye shall be destroyed. If a builder's house collapses and kills the owner, the builder shall be put to death. Harsh? Yes, but not without order. In a world of shifting power and tribal codes, Hammurabi offered something rare: consistency. Written laws available for all to see, not just for kings and priests, but for citizens, merchants, and farmers. It wasn't perfect. Justice still favored the elite. Punishments varied based on class and gender. But for the first time, justice wasn't just a ruler's whim. It had rules, and those rules were public, permanent, and powerful. The Code of Hammurabi wasn't just about punishment. It was about protection. It offered wages for workers, rules for lending, rights for widows and orphans. It even addressed malpractice by doctors, fraud by merchants, and corruption by officials. It was an early attempt to create a moral framework in a complex society, a society trying to balance fairness with authority. And yet, for all its wisdom, the stele itself disappeared for centuries. It wasn't until 1901, buried beneath the sands of Susa in modern-day Iran, that French archaeologists unearthed it, still intact, still legible, still powerful. A voice from the ancient world, preserved in stone. Today, it stands in the Louvre Museum in Paris, not just as a relic, but as a reminder. Long before modern courts or parliaments, people sought order, fairness, and accountability. Hammurabi's legacy didn't fade. Elements of his code would influence later legal systems, from the Hebrew Torah to Roman law, even echoing into the principles of justice we uphold today. Because justice isn't born in grand halls. It begins with a question: what is fair? And nearly 4 millennia ago, one king dared to answer, not with a sword, but with stone.